Hey guys, thank you so much for joining. And this is Swamy. Welcome to our first session from Global AI Hyderabad. My name is Viswanatha Swamy, and I'm the organizer of .NET Learners House. This meetup I'm organizing since past 4+ years. So this is one meetup group, and recently I became organizer for Global AI Hyderabad. This is part of the Global AI community. So Sathpal and I, we both are organizing this Global AI Hyderabad. So this is the first event we are doing in this uh, uh, in this Global AI meetup group. So welcome. I took a little bit time to introduce, and this is my GitHub link, and all the markdown files and everything will be in this folder, speaker series folder, and from there we can navigate to respective places where we have the code. So let me drop the link so that you will be able to go grab when you want. So I'm just dropping this my main repo as well as the speaker series where you'll have the markdown script as well as the it has links to the coding. So this is my YouTube channel, .NET Learners House Hyderabad. Please subscribe to this, and if you're interested to join further future events, uh, whether it is from .NET Learners House or whether it is from Global AI Hyderabad, please join these respective meetup groups and the YouTube channel. That's it. This is the first time we are conducting event from Global AI. So, due to unforeseen situations, Sathpal will not be able to join. So, it will be single speaker. I'll be speaking. We will go ahead with today's event. So, what is that we are going to do in today's event is we will be speaking about the we'll be speaking about the prompt engineering, and I mean this is the first session we are conducting, so it's a little bit beginner friendly. So that's what we are doing it. So I'll continue with the second event. First we thought of to do this, but we are starting with this one. So we look into Azure AI Studio, its features, and then prompt engineering techniques, and some of the things we'll look at it, and how to do completions using AI Studio and using Postman or using C Sharp, and how do we do with completion and chart completion. They're two different things. So we'll look at those two different things. Okay. So without further delay, let's come back to this one. And I will create a new resource group so that we'll know what is that which is happening from starting. So RG Global AI HYD. Okay, Global AI Hyderabad. I just created a new resource group. I'm having a sore throat, so I'll have little water. Okay, it's here. So we don't have anything in this resource group. Global AI Hyderabad. There is uh, plain nothing else in this one. So first, if we want to do something from the AI Studio perspective, there are a lot of things are changed. This documentation, whatever we are showing, I'm showing right now, is 4 months old. So things have changed a lot. So we will be redoing it. And before going any step further, I'm still a learner. Apologize if I do any mistakes. And demos are kept pretty simple uh, because of the time. Okay, things are little different. So we'll come and we'll do this all these things. But before that, we need to provision the resource. I just wanted to show you that. So we don't have anything in our resource group. So first we'll go and we'll provision a resource, OpenAI resource. Okay, search and select that. So this one, OpenAI, Azure OpenAI, and just click on that, and we got this one over here. And very important thing is we only have one pricing tier, standard. And if you see, I will do this in East US 2 because I might hit with the limit. I already have few other things. So let me create Azure OpenAI. OpenAI. Okay, instead I'll create like this, AOAI, Azure OpenAI, and global AI HYD. So let's follow this convention. Azure OpenAI. I mean, there is tons and tons of documentation on the resource naming convention from Microsoft. I generally follow that documentation to create any of the resources. So I will be following that. That will be called as Azure convention. If you go and look at it, so there will be two of these links. In one link, they have given a lot of examples. Now, if you see this here, they give how should you name it, like a type and workload or application environment and Azure region and instance. So in the same East US itself, you have two instances. You can say that East US 001, East US 002. If it is dev, you have two instances like dev hyphen East US hyphen 001 hyphen 002. Like what is this application? Your application name and type. That's what we did it. Similarly, if you see that, we did the type. Let me go back to this one. And you see type, we said that Azure OpenAI, and our project or something, it's only single instance. If not, we can do a prefix of 001 or 002 if it is falling more than one within the same region. So that's the first thing we will do. And the next thing what we will do is, by the way, I'm the lone wolf here. So I will be looking at the comments myself. I'll stop this and play so that, I will be able to watch the comments. There might be a little bit delayed. Just drop your comments and I'll see if I can address it. And if I don't know anything, I can, I don't feel shy to say that, no, I don't know, I'll come back to you. But I'll be more than happy to say that, no, I don't know, I'll come back to you. So this is the resource group we have created, and this is the Azure OpenAI resource which we have created. You'll see the resource group name and the resource name, it is here, and the location, and what are the things which are the pricing tier, and the API kind is here. And apart from that, if you see what is that you will be able to do under monitor, you can track the number of requests whichever it's coming here, as well as the token based usage, and a lot of other things are there which we will come back in future. So from the developer perspective, you will have the endpoint name and these keys and the region where it falls. And from the getting started perspective, you can navigate to the studio. So let's spend some time, decent 10-15 minutes time on the studio. So what we will be able to do this is we can click that, and it's going to navigate us to here. And as the software or the world is changing at rapid pace, today you see this menu option, tomorrow you might not be able to see this at all. So okay, so right now we are here in this AI studio. So there are other resource group also. This is the previous one. If we navigate that, we'll be able to see this. But at this point of time, let's stick to this, our global AI one. If at all we are facing some problem, then we'll switch back to the previous one. But as of now, so this is the model catalog where we'll be able to go and search the models, which type of model we want to create. It is giving 25 models over here. And be very careful when you're creating the model, which model you want to use it. It will be a little bit tricky, but be very careful what model you want to use it. And these are the playgrounds where you will be able to play, and fine tuning and other things which will come back in future. And also the quotas, you will be able to look at it, because we don't want to stuck in between our demo. So it will be on this one. Okay, what is your quota? It shows that request per minute, whether it is for which type of model it is, all these things it will show. Now let's go to the deployment over here. And we don't have any deployments. Let's do a deployment. And I want to take you guys through the hard path. First we will fail, and then we'll come back and learn why did we fail, and then we'll move forward. Okay. So what we will do is we'll take this ChatGPT 4, and you can see the capability of that here, and updates till what this was updated. You can see that text image processing, JSON mode, parallel function calling, enhanced accuracy and response. A lot of things they have mentioned. It is very important to know that what till what date it was trained, and what all things it supports. So let's confirm that. And my own convention, I use that dname, like deployment name. Okay. So what happens is in some of the documentation, I'm not telling now, 1.5 years ago when I started learning this Gen AI, at that time they used to ask that model name. Technically, they are referring to deployment name. I mean, that was a old documentation or old parameters. It's not valid anymore. But just to differentiate between this, I'm keeping the model name as it is, and the deployment name, I'll suffix it with dname. And I'll do a little bit of customization. Rate limit is 10K. I can make it 150 or 100K should be, this should be good enough. Let's leave it. And nowadays content filter are pretty strict mode. You can see that. So whatever the user prompt or output, if it find any of these categories like violence or hate or sexual or self-harm, if it is finding any of these things, whether in the input prompts or whether the output which is coming out of the model, it will filter it. Okay, so it is pretty strict. Previously, I mean, it will have 3 categories: low, medium, and high. So here it means it will block the medium and high. So if at all something has been categorized in these 4 categories, but it is of low category, it will allow. Medium and high, it will definitely block. So you can go and specify that even allow low and medium. We can do our own custom filter. That's a different story. But as of now, let's stick to this game plan. And why am I wasting time? Okay, I'll leave it there. And you can see that 756 requests per second. So you see this has been created. Now you can click on that open in playground. So it is coming here. As I was mentioning, there will be two different things. One is completions and one other one is chart completions. We'll be looking at both, but let's go to completions. So when we come to completion, it is not showing anything. We have deployed it successfully. You know that. We deployed it. We do have a model in our deployment, but it will not show there. Why? Because the completion needs a separate kind of model which supports the completion. So previously, I used to use Text DaVinci 003. So Text DaVinci 003, that was the thing which I used to use it. So those models has been retired now. If you see Text DaVinci 003, so that has been deprecated. Okay, AI community has deprecated back in July 2023. So I'm learning this since a couple of years. So I used to play with this one. So there are other models, and we can try those, and it might work or it might fail. So this is a live show, so I don't want to waste our time. So what I'll do is I'll go back to the deployments. Let's do another deployment so that we can switch back and forth. Not back and forth, we can switch between those models. So there is one model which I already tested. This one. This is for completion. See, this clearly says the chart completion. This is completion. Now, whatever the model we have selected is for chart completion. I mean, you'll be able to see this, but another way to do is this is exclusively for chart completion. This one, latest version of DaVinci, GPT-3 based model. Okay, replaces the deprecated Curie and DaVinci models. So this we can try it. I never tried it, so I don't want to do it live here. But what I tried is this one, the GPT-3.5 Turbo Instruct, that has got the capability of the text DaVinci. So that means this model can be used for the completions API as well as for the chat GPT, both like chart and completion. So this is promising. Let's go ahead and use this. So as my own convention, I will add dname to -dname, just for me to recognize that this is a deployment name. And when you create the deployment resource, okay. So I'm saying that it's 120K. It's a pretty good enough. So right now we have two different models. Let's go to the chart playground. Wow. Did I do it in a wrong location? Wow. Sorry guys, looks like I deployed it in a wrong location. Instruct, confirm. So it's picking up the resource group, wrong resource group. Customize. Oh, region not supported. Okay, it doesn't support that. For that, I think we can use, we can directly go to this one, which I already have created the instruct. So let's try because it doesn't support in this region. So that is the reason it automatically switched it. So where did I create that? Did I create it here? Okay, this is instruct. So we can go to chart, and that is very important. We need to know that which model can be used in which location. So if I come to completions, it is pretty much took this chart GPT turbo instruct. And these are some of the parameters which we need to know before we start. Temperature is, it gives the randomness or creativity. So if we make it lower side, so it will give very specific or repetitive type, and if we increase it, so it gives more of the creativity. So when do we need this more of a creativity versus the repetitive or deterministic, very realistic thing? So if you are trying something which needs the same or accurate information, like what is a plus b whole square? So we don't want the creativity in this a plus b whole square. It is bringing some other parameters inside that doesn't help. So we need the lower side of the temperature. And where do we need the higher side of the temperature is like, suppose we have a restaurant and we want to create a Twitter post, and we are asking to create 5 Twitter posts, and then we will be able to have the higher side. So while doing some of the samples, let's learn. I'll close this, which we don't need. So let's see this one, as well as I'll go open other one also. We can switch between both this and these two windows, so that we'll get some of the prompts from here, some of the prompts, other prompts from some of the place. So these are the basics of the prompt engineering. I'll just specify, like we need to have a clarity, specificity, context, and format. So example-based prompting, we'll see that iterative refinement and all these things. But first, let's work on this one. Okay. So see this first. Let's see about the singleton. Let's use both the methods, but we will see step by step. So first one is singleton. So singleton is, I'll ask some query, it will give me an answer. So let me come back here, and I'm saying that write a birthday wishes to my mother, and I say generate, and it has generated, and you see this, the tokens is 100. Like, what is this token? So token is what? Tokenizer. Let's go to this tokenizer, and inside this, like when we communicate with ChatGPT, we are getting charged. It's not a free service. It's the chargeable. Like we ask some query, and model has generated some output. Like we saw in the content filter, whether there is some of these categories, harm or whatever, those four categories are there. If does this exist in your prompt, or does that exist in the output from the model? If it is yes in any one of these two, it's going to filter it. So your input and the output which is getting generated from the model, both are getting charged. So I'll put the same content, and we'll see that it is 107, maybe one or two spaces or something it's taking that. So you can see that how it is getting it is charging us, like number of characters we have given. There is a simple ballpark or a thumb rule is approximately 4 characters. Okay. So 100 tokens equal to 75 words approximate. So there is a saying or a proverb, life is unfair, accept that and immediately you will feel more free. Okay. Life is unfair. Now you see this a space and a birthday is considered as one token, whereas a colon is considered as one token. And you can see this happens. A dot is getting considered as one token, but space and a birthday is considered as one token. Why? That's how the algorithm, it breaks or it calculates the token. So life is unfair. So we will not cry on that one. That is how it works. So we are getting charged for both the prompt as well as the output. Now suppose if I reduce this to 50 and I'll paste the same to generate it. I can type output and put it here. So here I'm saying that, okay, that's my input. This is output. Start generating from here. So see this, it didn't complete that because we said a cap of max tokens. So that will stop there. Now see, let's keep this aside and let's generate. I'll bump it up back to 100. I can have 150 also. It's not a big deal. Let me grab this and paste it here. I'll cut this and I'll ask it to generate that. So it has generated the birthday wishes. This was the previous one. So it is, is it sticking? No, see this. There is a slight variation. Guiding light and my biggest supporter. Here it says that my source of strength. Okay, let's cut these two and again we'll generate. Okay, it is given. So here if you see that it is showing its creativity in the second line. Again we said that my biggest supporter. Here it said my source of strength. Here it says for unconditional love and support. So this is what I was speaking about, the creativity. When the temperature is on the higher side, it creates. See, the same query we asked it, but different. It's producing different results because we wanted the creativity on the higher side. Okay, here on the top probability, I have created. At this point of time, I don't have the image. I think in the next session I'll bring that. So similar to temperature, this also controls the randomness. Okay. So if you see top P will narrow the model token selection to be more likelier. So that means what happens is if we lower it, so the terms which are very nearer will be selected. If we use the top P, so what happens is these are the likely things which are there, and the other one which are not so likely, but even those tokens will be, even those will be selected. So you can use ChatGPT to please give us an image too. So this is the nucleus sampling. It generates a perfect image. So what happens is this lower top P, so more likely. God. Yes. So I didn't like that. It created a better image. So most likely tokens. Okay. So this is wider range. So again, end of the day, it's like a creativity. Please regenerate image. We didn't like it. It's using more creativity. Let's see this in a graph type. If it is, yes, this is also okay. So this is like in this, if the top P is here, so only the most likely, let's ask, please. Okay, it's also did the same. there are some spelling mistakes, but it's doing a better job. Actually, this will fall here. It shows a better one. Okay, I think this can be better. So like if you see that lower probability, so most likely things are coming in. So higher probability, most likely, and also not that much which is there. Even those things will come. So that means it automatically prepares the creativity kind of thing. So that's about the second one. So we discussed about temperature, max length, stop sequence will come, frequency, penalty, response text. These are we can discuss about that. Best of also we'll discuss. So here let's go, and we'll ask this question. These all are single turn question. I mean we are discussing only the first type till now. Here if you see that single turn, iterative will come back now. Okay, from conversational we'll go to the chart. So see this 162 tokens. I think its output is not complete. So here what will happen is the stop reason. The stop reason will be length. This is an output. We will see that in a minute. And here you'll have multiple things. You want to write it in Java or Go or JavaScript, TypeScript, whatever you want. You'll be able to do this. Okay, this was Java, and you can do in all these multiple languages. So you can see that this is a Golang. Even TypeScript or JavaScript, we'll see that. This is JavaScript. Yep. So we have multiple options. We'll come back to the coding in a minute. I mean, not in a minute, after 20 minutes or something. So now I need to bump this up to 300 tokens. We'll give that same top 5 South Indian foods. So when we are discussing this, we need to know something. So I will open I'll open this Postman also, so that I'll be able to showcase that. Now you can see that dosa, idli, sambar, vada, and biryani. I think did it show biryani in the previous one? I'm really not sure. Let's give that a shot, because right now the temperature is on the higher side. It definitely brings in. Oh, okay. It's bringing in. And if you see this one, previously it was 100, I think so. So let's do the same. Let's ask the same question. This is completion. It's not chart. So let me go back to this and use the Postman. And what I'm asking is, I'll make this 1. And here I'm asking the question. Okay. Gives output. And this is the content filter. Seriously, nowadays they have bumped it up like anything. It's doing a good job. Finish reason. Oh, what happened? It just gave it like this. So now the number of tokens are 33. So top 5 items with little description we'll ask. So it's not doing the same thing like with description. So now we'll ask that. So here the stop reason, we'll see that. See this, the stop reason, it specifies as length. But whereas if you try to do the same thing here, making it 100. And let's take the same prompt, whatever we gave it there, and put it here. And we'll generate it. I mean, the input tokens itself. So it cut down a little. It gave dosa and it spoke about idli. And then, boom, after idli, it started with the biryani and it's not able to complete. But here, you will not be able to tell why did it stop. But here, through whether it is through programmatically or whatever it is, behind the scenes, it clearly specifies the finished reason is length. So that means request the number of tokens wherever we put a limit on that, we need to extend it so that it will be able to generate the full output. And again, it says length. Ooh, Jesus. So let's make it to 800. Let's be little lavish and give it a free hand. Wow. So here it says stop. So that means the output is pretty good. It was able to generate all these things. So that's one thing we need to know when we are doing this one. Okay. So we spoke about temperature, we spoke about length, and we used two different methods. One using the playground, another using the Postman to find out. Here in the studio, we are unable to get the reason why did it stop, because we know that, but someone who's using, they might think that the number of tokens is good enough, but all of a sudden output might change. And top probabilities, imagine this, ChatGPT or these things, they do a better job, but for some reason today is my bad luck, it didn't create those nice image which it created previously. But this is also good nucleus sampling one. So whether it is likely tokens or higher probabilities, different possibilities it takes it, but should be fine. Frequency penalty, this I will park it to the next one, because let's go ahead and do this one. In a way, it is also coming to the creativity itself, but let's discuss in the next one. We need to go and discuss few other things. Okay, so another thing, iterative here. Let's come back to iterative. When it comes to iterative here, let's come back here. Say, give me stop fly. So I'm saying that output should be in JSON. Also, give me the number in Indian format. Okay. So give your output over here. It might cut down. Let's see. So it's specifying here. Here I didn't like the name or the ID. I think we said 5 due to the token limit. I think it is stopped here. So I'll copy this prompt and make this 300. Let's paste this. Also, student instead of no. Okay, and I'm giving an example. Example is double quotes 1 and it is opening, something like that. I'm saying that I don't want 1, 2, 3, but give the state name itself, and you can, but still it took that. maybe I should refine my prompt properly, or I'll remove this. Anyways, it's not listening to me. So let's go and do an XML, and it's giving an XML format. So this is the multi-turn where we have to refine this very much. I mean, we don't like it, and we come back and we'll research and we'll do that. So more number of things. So we saw that how to do that with Studio, how to do this with this one, and something we can see the completions demo in the C# coding also. So most of the times I refrain myself from storing things in the app settings. I don't store, mostly I don't store. I create a example app settings also, and even in app settings I just specify that what should be the values. I always use the secrets. So because secrets stays outside the source code location, so it will be safe. Even if I have the production or whatever the links, it's not getting exposed, or even knowingly or unknowingly I'll not be able to check in that because it stays outside. And the coding, you can see that we're creating, I mean, we'll come back to the coding perspective, but at least you can see that the 3.5 instruct, and here you will pass the prompts. You can pass multiple prompts also. That's the example which I have given here in the section. The same thing, you can add two different prompts and drop it over here and ask it to generate. Definitely it does a better job. It's okay. Now it is able to, I mean, it was, everything comes in the prompt engineering skill set. Like previously I asked, I didn't specify that that is input and I want output. It assumed that I want more of these questions and it added more questions. But now I'm asking like a query, hey, you know that? What is this? So Lanco Health signature tower. Let's see whether it generates that or something else. Which Khalifa is for sure, and it's giving the same. That's in Dubai, and this is in Lanco. So you can have multiple prompts. Let's see this. Is there any queries? No, no queries. Okay. Okay, when was Microsoft founded? I'm sending the prompt directly, and it brought the output here, get completions. Now it's going to call the completion model, whatever we showed it here. It makes the call, and it received the choices. We have a choices array. What we can do is the response, completion response will spend a minute to do a quick watch, and here is a value, and choices is an array where we got a single choice. It gave a single answer, but prompt filter results, there are a lot of other things are there where we can do a deep dive into that. Did it flag it as an hit? No, it didn't. uh, no indirect attack, and it's nothing related to jailbreak, or all are false and all are safe, I think. uh, this one, everything is safe. It looks pretty safe. There's nothing, I mean, we're speaking about a company when it was founded and it's giving us a response. So what we need to understand is one thing, the response, whatever it is coming, it is array of choices, and It is based on the solution what we are designing, whether we need to pick up the first element or the next element. That depends upon our business requirement. So we need to change the code a little bit there. Let's come back to, we have seen different flavors, and now let's stick here and conversational. So let me bring in that code also. Let me close this, and we'll see prompt engineering demo. But I'll keep it aside. Now let's switch to the chart version. I need to switch this one also, global AI, because of restriction, we have to create this model, deploy this model in another one. What? Okay, it's giving. Right. So it is giving this one. So now let me clear this chart, and let me ask a few questions. What is an apple? So it's giving that. Now, what is an orange? Albert Einstein, this is a spelling mistake. I just wanted to copy this. Let's go back to the chart window. Who is Albert Einstein? Now, I asked three things. I spoke about two fruits and one scientist. So now I'll ask, which one is good for health? To see this, I asked three questions. I spoke about two fruits and a scientist. And I asked a prompt saying that which one is good for health. Okay, now remember. Now, how does that knows is because while in this conversational, the first one is system. It says that you are a helpful assistant. And the user asked a question, assistant gave me an answer. Again, user is asking a second question, it gave an answer. Third question, answer. Now I said that which one is good for health. So now it uses the previous conversation and then decides what is the question. Is this related to Albert Einstein, or is it related to the fruits or any other question which I asked above? So that's the context. It has got the context. So this is the conversational. An important thing in this parameters, you can see that past messages to be included. That means you asked in the previous one when we were discussing about the tokens, we spoke about that how much we are going to get charged. So here what's happening is you are sending the previous conversations also. So that means your current prompt, its current output plus previous, if it is 10 or 11, it sends 10. So those 10 prompts and 10 responses. So you're going to get charged heavily. So please keep that in mind when you are doing these samples. I mean, no questions as business needs is business needs, but I just want to tell you. Now let's see something else. I mean, it's another flavor of this one. Like I'm saying that what is an apple? Now I'm asking this one. Let me get the spelling. Now let's ask same question. Who is Albert Einstein? Which one is good? So here I'm not giving the clarity. So see this. It says that you said that which one is good. In the previous prompt, we said that which one is good for health. So it knows that we are speaking about apples or oranges for fruits. Now here we said that somewhat confusing question. So it's using his intelligence and saying your question is which one is good? Are you prompting about the fruits or Albert Einstein? So please give me the clarity. So that's one thing. And there's something known as a role play. Now see this, I'll ask what is TV? Now it's going and bringing in the information about the television. Now you're a expert cardiologist. Let me apply the changes. Now I'll ask here, it started a new. What is the TV? Let's ask the same question to this one. But here, the TV means it's going and looking in the medical terms or in the medical field, and it's bringing us an information about the TB. I'm not able to pronounce it, but it's purely some valve disorder in the heart, I assume. So that's about this one. So here we are giving a role play to that one, saying that, hey, right now you are a cardiologist, right now you are a assistant, so or you are a software architect, or you're a movie artist or a movie director, so you can do that one. That's what a role play. A zero shot, few shots, and single shot and a few shot. So this is like you're giving an example. Like in the previous question, what we asked, let's go and bring one of those query. Here we said that most populated. Let's ask this one. This is zero shot. It gave this one. And then let's give this and output should be in JSON. We said that. And again, this is a conversational output. It did a better job. Now, the rank is good. And also, we can specify that add the favorite food or whatever it is. Or we can specify the type. How do we want that? Like it created this. And here it said that the top five, it says that the top five favorite cities or whatever it is. So now what is happening is it is giving its output. Now, suppose if we want the output in a different format. So if we want the output in a different format, what we can do is we can specify while giving our prompt to it one. Okay. So what we will do is, suppose we want, we'll ask the same question here, and we are saying that example output. You're saying we'll say specify like I want directly start with an array. I don't want anything else. Okay. Here I'm saying that state name should be like state name. that should be an object, and I want the population on the population now. And that should be some number. Okay. Now we specified like this. So see this. So it is like I gave one example to it. I said that I don't want this kind of, you have an object and inside that object you have a class name kind of thing, and within that it's an array of subclasses. So instead I wanted this way. I said that, okay, use this. Start with an array directly. I don't care anything else. Start with an array and give me multiple objects of state. So it gives this one. So this is like you're given one sample. So you can give more samples to it so that it will do a better job. So here, this is also part of chain of thought prompting. So when you're solving a query which has got the lot of these chain of thoughts, like do something like my age is X, my father's age is so those kind of complex things, it was doing little bit not accurate, but nowadays with a lot of these improvements, it's doing a pretty much chain of thought approach, and it is giving that, okay, how it is solving this one, identify the initial number of cupcakes. There are 50, and that minus 50 minus 15, 35, and then add 20. So then it says that, okay, bakery now has 55 cupcakes. So is it the correct one? Yes. So it has got a reasoning also. Now let's see this one. This is like a single shot. One sample we're giving, and so we added this one. So that's about this. And thank you so much, guys, for joining. This was the first session from Global AI Hyderabad, and there is one in-person event which is on 1st March. It will be in person in Building 3 Microsoft Hyderabad. So that will be on the 1st March. We have lined up quite a few speakers. So please subscribe to those two meetup groups and the YouTube channel. And thank you so much for joining. If you guys have learned something, have a good rest of the weekend. Bye.